Welcome back to Primetime News. Thanks for staying with us. CEO of Grace Kennedy, Don Webby, says his company could achieve the target of earning over $100 billion in revenues 3 years ahead of projections. Mr. Webby made the forecast at his company's recent quarterly investor briefing. Our business editor Dashan Hendricks has more in this week's edition of the Business Review.
A declaration.
2018 was a good year for the Grace Kennedy Group.
He said despite challenges, the company logged a record performance in a number of areas. Though going through structural changes, the conglomerate reports a record $5.6 billion profit for 2018, a record as well in sales which reached $97.5 billion last year.
You'll recall a year or so ago we had set ourselves what we at the time described as a very ambitious target to be a $100 billion company in Jamaica, the first. Well, we are well on track.
Mr. Webby said being the first Jamaican company to earn $100 billion in revenue could be achieved this year, 3 years ahead of schedule. Also on track, generating 60% of revenues overseas. Last year it was 53%.
Our focus on 2019 will not only be to continue to grow the revenues.
The aim as well is to be more efficient. The driving force behind that is its Project Eagle, through which $236 million has been spent so far to make Grace Kennedy more agile by giving subsidiaries greater autonomy over decision making. The company expects higher profits, faster cash generation, and a better dividend yield for investors from the move with a new dividend policy.
Approved by the Grace Kennedy board in February of this year to increase the dividend payout to a minimum of 20% of net profit attributable to shareholders.
The original policy was to pay 15%. Grace Kennedy, paying out $1.3 billion last year, exceeded that ceiling and now merely formalizing its practice. It also wants to pay dividends 4 times per year, up from 3 times currently. Making the payout down to profitability, acquisitions and new products are also being pushed. The company said its jerk wings and patties in the US are showing strong growth. Other products such as its tropical rhythms and nourishment continue to deliver, and its corned beef sales are recovering after the hit it took in the rotten meat saga a few years ago. It's also now renovating its Denby manufacturing facility in Clarendon and will launch new products for the domestic and export markets.
All markets growing except UK, which declined due to the loss of a third-party brand, and Africa, where we are reassessing our business model. The largest growth in our international market actually came from our US business, with growth in both the Grace and Lafayette brands.
At the same time, it says it's ready to start using a contract distributor in Ghana as a part of growing in Africa. On the finance side, things are looking up for Grace Kennedy. Its insurance segment is up 18%, while its first global bank, now 6th largest in the country, seeks to leverage technology to push its growth as it plays a catch-up with the big boys in the banking sector. Its money services business, however, experiencing challenges.
Jamaica and Trinidad were down in transaction volumes as we continue to enhance compliance measures, which we are confident will benefit our customers and the business. We are also very pleased, however, with our Ghana market, which did very well and is an important market for us in money services and generally.
Grace Kennedy moves into its new headquarters in Kingston in mid-April, 2 weeks after the original deadline. For the Business Review, I am Dashan Hendricks.